The following Sunday, Pastor David walked toward the platform as worship music filled the sanctuary. As he greeted members and visitors, his eyes scanned the congregation. Families sat together, children fidgeted in their seats. Volunteers moved throughout the sanctuary. Everything appeared normal, until he noticed something missing. Rachel's seat was empty. At first, he thought she might be running late, but as the service continued, the seat remained empty. And a quiet concern settled into his heart. Suppose one of you has 100 sheep and loses one of them. Doesn't he leave the 99 in the open country and go after the lost sheep until he finds it? A good shepherd notices when someone is missing. The following week came. Again, Rachel's seat remained empty. Now Pastor David knew something was wrong. People miss church for many reasons: vacations, illness, work obligations. But Rachel was faithful, consistent, committed. Missing 2 Sundays in a row was unusual, very unusual, and Pastor David felt compelled to reach out. That Tuesday afternoon, Pastor David picked up the phone. After several rings, Rachel answered. Her voice sounded tired, almost hesitant. "Hello, Rachel, it's Pastor David." There was a brief pause, then a quiet response. "Oh, hello, Pastor." His heart sank. Something in her voice revealed a pain she was trying to hide. "Rachel, we miss seeing you." Silence filled the line, then came a response he wasn't expecting. "Pastor, I don't think I belong there anymore." Pastor David sat quietly, allowing her words to settle. "Why would you say that?" he asked gently. Rachel hesitated, then the tears came. Not dramatic tears, not angry tears. The exhausted tears of someone who had carried pain alone for too long. She explained the distance, the awkward conversations, the invitations that stopped, the opportunities that disappeared, the feeling that people were talking about her, the feeling that she no longer belonged. Pastor David listened carefully. The more she spoke, the more troubled he became. To answer before listening, that is folly and shame. For the first time, someone was truly listening. As the conversation continued, Rachel shared details few people knew. She spoke about her mother's declining health, the second job, the late nights, the early mornings, the sacrifices, the exhaustion, and the pressure of trying to keep everything together. Pastor David sat in silence, not because he had nothing to say, because he was overwhelmed by what he was hearing. The church had assumed weakness, but what he heard was strength. The church had assumed irresponsibility, but what he heard was sacrifice. Carry each other's burdens, and in this way you will fulfill the law of Christ. Instead of helping carry Rachel's burdens, many had unknowingly added to them. After the call ended, Pastor David remained seated at his desk. His Bible lay open before him. His heart was heavy. Over the years, he had witnessed many challenges: financial struggles, marital problems, illness, loss. But there was something especially painful about wounds caused by fellow believers. Because churches should be places of healing, not places of harm. "I will search for the lost and bring back the strays. I will bind up the injured and strengthen the weak." Rachel had come seeking healing. Instead, she had been wounded. That evening, Pastor David sat in prayer. The sanctuary was empty. The lights were dim. Only a few lamps illuminated the platform. He asked God for wisdom. He asked God for discernment. And he asked God how to address what was happening. As he prayed, a familiar scripture came to mind. "Do not let any unwholesome talk come out of your mouths, but only what is helpful for building others up according to their needs." The church needed more than another sermon. The church needed conviction. Throughout the week, Pastor David prepared carefully. He searched the scriptures. He prayed. He reflected. And one simple illustration kept returning to his mind. A tube of toothpaste. Simple, ordinary, yet powerful. He purchased a tube on Friday afternoon, placed it inside his briefcase, and continued praying. The coming Sunday would be important. Very important. Meanwhile, Angela continued hearing conversations about Rachel. Every time she heard them, her discomfort grew. The rumors had taken on a life of their own. People repeated things she knew were not true. Assumptions had become accepted facts. And for the first time, Angela felt convicted. Not fully. Not yet. But enough to feel uneasy. Enough to know something wasn't right. Search me, God, and know my heart. See if there is any offensive way in me." God was already beginning to work on Angela's heart. Sunday morning arrived. The sanctuary filled quickly. Families found their seats. The worship team prepared. Volunteers greeted visitors. Angela sat near the front. Pastor David stood quietly backstage. And resting beside his Bible was a simple tube of toothpaste. Most people never noticed it. Few thought anything about it. But before the service ended, that ordinary object would become a powerful lesson. A lesson about words, a lesson about gossip, a lesson that would expose hidden sin, soften hardened hearts, and begin the process of healing. Out of the same mouth come praise and cursing. My brothers and sisters, this should not be. The congregation had no idea what God was about to do, but heaven was already preparing the moment to be continued.